I'm a 7th grader at Branson Junior High, and a lot of people argue what the hardest part of junior high is. Some people will be like, oh, it's the classes, or oh, it's the sports. For me, it's the junior high girls. I used to think I was insecure, and then I've met every girl at my school, and now I think I'm fine. Like, for example, this girl asked me out last week. Well, no, technically, her friend asked me out for her. And I knew as soon as she asked me, I was going to say no, but I asked if she could wait till the end of the day to hear my response so I could find a way to let her down easy. So the friend comes back to me at the end of the day, and she's like, so Lance, what's your answer? And I go, she's really sweet, but no. So we're all in the same room. Me, this girl, the friend, and judging by her facial reactions as her friend's telling her this, I can tell she's taking it really well. So the friend comes back to me, and she's like, and I'm like, wow, that went much better than I expected. And the friend said one of the most messed up things I've heard in my entire life. She said, oh, Lance, while she was waiting for your response, she asked Jonathan out, and now they're dating. Seriously, how messed up is that? That's like, Lance, do you want to go to the dance with me? Achoo! Oh, sorry. While you were sneezing, I went out and got another boyfriend. So, that day, I was walking on the bus, and I was thinking about this, and I sit down, and I hear these two guys talking. And the first one's like, man, I am really good at checkers, which is the same thing as saying, man, I'm not good at a lot of things. And I'm like, who is this loser? And I look over, guess who it is? Jonathan. Really? She couldn't wait 3 class periods for me, but no, she goes rushing to the guy who stinks at everything but checkers. King me dog. Speaking of other women in my life, I used to have a crush on Caitlin. And Caitlin was my babysitter when I was younger. And in my mind, Caitlin was always like 25, 26. Well, I was talking to my mom last week. When I was 9, Caitlin was 13. She was 13, so why is she in charge? That's just a slightly bigger child. That's like going out of town and hiring a horse to watch your dog. Here's your me. Here's the dog food, and you're a horse. Thankfully, I hit puberty this year. I shot up 4 inches, and my voice dropped an octave, which is great because up until this point, I had a voice like a little man flute. And I would often get confused as a woman on the telephone. I was on the phone with Blockbuster Video last year, and I had called like 2 or 3 times that day for the same movie. And this guy on the phone's like, I'm like, hello? Do you have the movie Taken yet? And this guy goes, look, lady, when we get the movie Taken, I'll tell you when we get the movie Taken. And I wasn't offended as a 13-year-old boy being confused as a woman. I was offended as a woman being hassled by this jerk, treating me like I'm some sort of floozy. No, I am a tiger mom. I was born into a weird family. I was born into a family that loves nature, and I'm what you would call indoorsy. Last summer, my brothers took me water skiing, and they forgot to explain to me that when you fall down, let go of the rope. I've learned that I mostly water ski with my face. It's like snorkeling, but really fast. And I would scream for help, but it wasn't really an audible scream. It was more like, Mama! And finally, my brothers pulled me into this boat, a lifeless wreck, and they thought it was being funny. They were like, oh, Lance, when you were screaming for help, I was laughing so hard, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe either. You should have stopped the boat. Water skiing, it's too intense for me. I like to swim, but swimming's a confusing sport because sometimes you do it for fun and other times you do it to not die. That's why I always wear a life vest, and I've noticed that vests are all about protection. Like, a life vest protects you from drowning. And a bulletproof vest protects you from getting shot. And a sweater vest protects you from pretty girls. Thank you, that's all from me.